It's going to be a really interesting time in the legal world for what happens with Brexit as a whole, but especially interesting time in the food world. What are some of the challenges you see?
I think food is uniquely impacted by Brexit. I mean, first there are three primary prongs that need to be concerned by: labour availability, regulation, and then tariffs and customs duties. I mean, compared to most other sectors, food is really significantly impacted through that. Potentially creates opportunity as well, because of course here we've got a chance for other market entrants to come in and make the most of a post-Brexit Britain.
But what about the regulatory side? I mean, at the moment, a lot of the resource goes to Europe, and we go to Europe to say, right, what do we do with this, whether it's the bent banana or whatever it may be. What's going to happen with that in the next 2 years? It's a finite time.
In 2 years, probably not a great deal. But after that, it's the question is the free trade element. What we expect is you end up with pretty much the same starting point, but of course over time there'll be a divergence, and it's in that divergence that challenges will come, or opportunity as well. I mean, the challenge will be if you're used to exporting to Europe, you're used to these rules, you understand what the position is. Well, you adjust. You potentially have dual packaging. You have alternative ways of producing that complies with both the UK and it complies with the EU rules. But that potentially is an opportunity as well.
Compliance could, though, be a major headache for many organisations.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the moment, the EU system, it already is a headache because you get 28 different variants or interpretations of the same rules. But now we're putting all that to one side and having our own version of this, and it could get considerably worse before it gets better, I think.
Where do you see, as a lawyer, the biggest challenge going to be for most organisations?
It's going to be in those three areas. I mean, commercially, it's going to be with people, first and foremost. I mean, if we haven't got the people to be able to power the business may not be able to succeed. Or alternatively, costs will have to go up in order to be able to recruit the people we need to be able to make the business continue.
And that's people within the agriculture sector, 80%, and then the people within the food production?
Absolutely. I mean, throughout the whole farm to fork. If you think about the food service industry, a vast number of EU nationals operate that and make that really tick for us. But then, as you rightly say, agribusiness relies on fruit pickers and what have you, that migrant labour. It's really important.
What would you suggest that business leaders think about in the next 6 months to a year, preparing for Brexit?
I think it's the planning phase. So identifying where are you regulated. It's actually some of the detail that's going to be the tricky thing. It's unlikely there's going to be one single cost that will be prohibitive, but there are probably going to be 20, 30, 40 little administrative burdens, what the trade lawyers call non-tariff barriers, a terribly sexy name, but it just means all those other things that you get lumbered with that you have to deal with in order to sell your goods. So if you're going to export them, do you need a license for it? Who do you get the testing from? All those little things, they all add up, maybe 30, 50, £100 here or there. But you extrapolate that across every SKU you sell and across your entire supply chain, suddenly that really ramps up dramatically, and it becomes a massive problem. Not least then the cost of humans doing these jobs, simply figuring this stuff out and making it happen on a day-to-day basis, jobs that don't exist right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.